All right. Good day, Minnesota Studies students. Mr. Shavi here. Kind of going to go through the lesson with you for a little bit. Make sure you understand what you're supposed to be doing. So as normal, go right to the lesson checklist for today. This week is all about really the U.S. election, because next Tuesday, the country will vote. Millions of people have already voted early to this point, but millions more will vote on November 3rd to elect the new president of the United States. And that could be Donald Trump again. That could be Joe Biden incoming. All right. So here's your checklist. Let's just read it real quick. You're going to open today's assignment. You're going to follow these directions closely and carefully. Help, you're watching this video, and don't forget to submit it when you're done. Okay. Key. All right. So open up the assignment for today. And once that's open, you'll click on the slideshow, and the slideshow looks like this. All right. So first thing that we're really doing today is just kind of having you consider, are you a Republican or are you a Democrat? You should have enough kind of background knowledge to think about where you are, and then just tell me why you think that is, okay? Tell me how you know. So again, when you're answering this question in this box right here, I don't want you to just put, I'm a Democrat, and then leave it. Try to explain why you think that is, okay? We'll go through our central question. You'll go through today's wicker. And there's a disclaimer here that's kind of important. Look, I'm your teacher. I want to go through this stuff with you so you're more informed about what's going on right now, because a lot of this stuff is very important. However, we're trying to take the bias out of it. It is not my job as your teacher to form your opinions. It is my job as your teacher to help you form your own opinions. So try to keep that in mind as we're going through this. All right. But we'll jump right into it. The first part of the lesson today is doing a political survey. It's about 10 issues, current issues that most people find fairly important. And you're just going to consider two choices, A or B, for each one. Yes, there's gray area in this, but you need to pick one. All right. So no, you don't have to necessarily agree 100% when you pick A or B, but just if you're leaning a particular way, pick that way. It's going to help us at the very end here. Okay. What you'll find is that there are answers for each one that relate to a specific party, okay? And so once you've kind of gone through and looked at your results, I want you to go into this discussion. So click this link, and it's going to bring you to this discussion right here. Oh, excuse me. Nope, not that at all. Right here. And it's going to talk about two questions then, all right? Based on what your answers were, did you lean more Democrat or did you lean more Republican? Or were you kind of in the middle, right? Was it kind of a split decision? And then really what I want you to think about is, based on those issues that we talked about, which one do you think is the most important to an 11 and 12-year-old, right? Because what you might think is most important, it might be different from me, and that's totally okay, right? But this is how people vote. This is how people decide how they're going to vote. So it's a big part of this lesson. Next up is a video. It's about 7 minutes long, but it really helps you understand the difference between left and right. Left being liberal, right being conservative. So while you watch again, it's going to go through some of these issues. Just where do you stand on them? And do you think it's okay as you're watching it to be a little bit of both? Or is it really, in your opinion, that we should be all the way for each party? And lastly, what issue, again, matters most to you? It's very much the theme of this lesson. The last part, you're going to go to your wrap up, and it's really just going to be opening up a Jamboard. I made a GIF here for you so you can see what you're supposed to do, but you're just going to find your hours Jamboard. You're going to open up a sticky note, and you're going to answer the question at the bottom of this slide right here, which is, after learning about all these different issues, Democrats and Republicans, and what they're discussing during this 2020 election, what is one issue that matters most to you? And then explain that as part of your sticky note. This is where you're going to be able to see your other classmates' opinions as well, okay? So I'll just open this up since we have a little bit more time here so you can see what this is going to do. So I'm going to open this up. And again, when I say find your own hour, I made 5 different Jamboards for each of the hours that I teach, which is where you should go to figure out what hour you are in. So whatever hour you have with me is where you should post this sticky note. All right, so let's say you have hour 3 or 4. Okay, so if you go back to hour 4 by clicking up top here, this is your sticky note, and then just type what your decision is. Okay, fairly simple lesson today. Submit this when you're finished, and you're good to go. But I really tried to make sure I spent some time to make this was a very interesting lesson for you, and this should be a pretty interesting week as well. So again, if you have any questions, email me, message me on Schoology, and I'll try to get back to you as much as I can. All right. Otherwise, that's it for today.